talk about the training camps real quick.
Yeah. Let's start with the Panthers.
Carolina.
Let's start with some Panthers training camp.
Jeez.
Yes, man. Look, I'm a little pumped about it, man. I'm a little pumped about it.
Because you hate Carolina and Sam Darnold.
No, man. Hold on. Let me create a banner here.
So, in training camp for the Panthers, obviously, Brian Burns is looking great because Brian Burns is an outstanding player. But we already know that, right? He's been in the league a couple of years. He's already shown that.
But I wonder how many people actually know
how
good Brian Burns is.
Panthers fans.
Yes, Panthers fans.
Nobody's paying attention to Panthers training camp, right?
I think the rest of the league is going to find out this year how good.
Yeah,
how
Brian
good
Burns, I think he's going to blow up this year. But I'm saying that's the thing the Panthers fans already know, that Brian Burns can play.
Yeah,
you already know that front seven is nasty with Derek Brown and Daquan Jones and Hassan Reddick and Burns and Gross Matos and all the guys that they brought in, Morgan Fox and everything. The questions in Carolina are on the O-line and at quarterback. And the questions are getting the predictable answers right now. They're not good. Sam Darnold has not looked good. I
was going to ease into that part of it, but okay.
There ain't no easing in on Sam Darnold. This was a trash move to begin with, right from Jump Street. This was a trash move. All right, and he's out there underthrowing the ball, getting picked off by rookies. He looks bad.
Now, to be all the way fair, a good portion of that is tied to the bad O-line. Right?
No, not right now. It's not.
No, it is.
They're not allowed to hit him.
They're not allowed, but I mean, look, man, look. Like they're still in his face. Okay,
look, be a performer, right? Stand in there and make the throw, even though you wouldn't be able to make that in a game. He's not making the throws.
Listen. When Brian Burns completely just scorches Cam Irvin, and he's running on a beeline straight at you. Yes, he's not supposed to touch you, but he's coming pretty fast, and your guy didn't even attempt to block him.
He's a heady player. Right?
Okay,
he's not going to hit you.
Like, man, that's a scary. I don't blame him. I don't blame him because
I don't blame him for that. But here's the thing: he's been in the league for 3 years. He sucks. We know he sucks, and he's showing that same thing. But yes, to move on to the next point here, the O-line is, it is awful for what we're seeing so far. And, I knew that Cameron Irving and Pat Elflein couldn't play. I knew that. So that's why I hated those signings from the beginning. Yeah. But, Deontay Brown, who I thought maybe he could step in and take over a guard spot this year and play
He's going to need some time.
He's getting murdered so far by the interior line. Yeah. It's not pretty.
I'm not going to give up on Deontay Brown yet. He's just going to need some time.
I'm not giving up on him, but I'm talking about for this season.
Oh, yeah.
You can't. This is why you can't rely on mid to late round rookies and just plugging them into your O-line day one.
No, you can't.
They have absolutely no answer at left tackle. They're talking about moving Taylor Moton, who's the only proven player on the O-line, moving him from right to left. And a couple things. One, now the right tackle sucks. Like, what does it matter? But
in today's NFL, edge rushers come from both sides. So it does. I mean, you're not really You're protecting his blind side technically, but does it matter if he can see the rush coming? Like
for Sam though,
huh?
I think both sides of the blind side for Sam.
But I'm just saying, like, even if he could see a guy completely unblocked coming his way, like, what does it matter?
Yeah,
like, you're still gonna get hit.
Yeah. And the other part of that of the Taylor Moton thing is just, listen, man, you are absolutely not going to negotiate a contract with me as a right tackle and then immediately move me to left tackle. That is not happening. He got $18 million a year, which is, it's above what you normally pay a right tackle, thanks to Ryan Ramczyk in New Orleans kind of resetting that market. But left tackles still get more. So you're not negotiating that and then moving me to left tackle.
Yeah. Just Allo says if Christian McCaffrey gets mounted, I'm gonna laugh
at Christian. Christian McCaffrey is a legit hero. Do not laugh at Christian.
Okay? Listen, so I was joking with B earlier about this, but I was only halfway joking. If Moton moves to left tackle and he's doing well, by game 6, we're having a hostage situation over here. Listen, guys, I'm gonna need you to redo my contract like right now, or I'm gonna retire. Sorry, you're not gonna get 17 games out of me playing left tackle when we just did a deal for me to play right tackle. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a little taste, a little sample, okay? And once you get hooked, all right, it's time to pay up. But you're not getting 17 games out of me at left tackle.
He's going to be Taylor Pusher Man Moten.
Pusher Man. Yep, that's going to be his new name. Pusher Man. Okay? Pusha T. Pusha T. That's what we're going to start calling him. All right? Pusha T. I'm going to give you 6 games. And if you like what I'm doing, all right, you have 2 options.
No, man. Listen, even the fools at Electronic Arts know that Carolina ain't making it. They were the 2nd lowest rated team in Madden this year. This ain't nothing. This isn't a me thing. Don't make this a me issue. This is a Scott Fitterer, Matt Rule, and David Tepper issue. All right?
Yeah. So okay, all right. So seriously, the best way to mitigate this bad O-line is going to have to do like the Steelers did last year, and you're going to have to develop a fast, snap count, right, or release. The
thing is, they've got one of the dumber quarterbacks in the league.
Well, hold on. Don't step on my take here. Don't step on my take. No, what I'm gonna say is like they're gonna have to release the ball faster.
Yeah.
Right, and you have to develop an offense where you're getting the ball out of his hands quicker. Now, the thing with Darnold, right, which was supposed to be more appealing than having Teddy Bridgewater, is he has a big arm, right? So if you're taking that away and you want to just have a faster release of the ball, Teddy Bridgewater would have been more ideal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, as far as his IQ, look, man, it doesn't matter. Like, he has to prove it, whether he can or he can't. Like, whatever they ask him to do, he has to go out there and do it this year. So the best way to protect him is to get the ball off his hands quicker, shorter routes, just slants, just quick dump offs, whatever. Use Christian McCaffrey more in the pass game, like things like that. That's the only way you're gonna be able to protect him.
And let me take that back. I don't mean to say that he's one of the dumber quarterbacks in the league. That's not what I'm trying to say. He makes poor decisions under pressure. He makes poor decisions with the ball in his hands. I don't think he's a dumb guy, but I don't think that's going to work for you. And I'm struggling with it because you were in a position where if Sam Darnold was your guy, and you're like, we're going to roll with Sam Darnold, we believe in Sam Darnold. Why didn't you draft the left tackle at 8? Jaycee Horn, if he turns out to be the next Deion Sanders, what does it matter if you don't have a quarterback and you don't have an O-line? It doesn't at all.
Yeah, so, that's the thing. When you have your franchise quarterback, when you think you have your guy, then everything that you do needs to be around protecting him and getting him weapons, because you're going to win with your quarterback. Now, yes, you can win with a game manager. It doesn't have to be centered around your quarterback, but you still have to protect them.
But when you have a game manager, it's even more important that you have a good O-line.
Well, yeah, and weapons, to be honest. Yeah.
They've got the weapons. Not worried about the weapons.
No.
But I'm worried about their ability to get the ball to them.
Yeah. So that's that. But on the defensive side, they got this. We are planning to draft all defense until it's complete, and then go offense. Defense looks good. The defense looks good.
I think there's still questions in the secondary.
There's no questions about my man, Jeremy Chin. Okay, Jeremy Chin.
There are questions about Jeremy Chin in coverage. I don't like the answers. Okay.
I think he's going to step it up this year. I think Jeremy Chin is going to be an excellent player for you guys. So he's looking good. Jaycee Horn's looking good.
Yeah. They don't seem to care about protecting the quarterback no matter what. It doesn't matter who it is. They didn't care about protecting Bridgewater. They don't seem to care about protecting Darnold. So I don't know how they expect to last long term in the NFL.
Yeah, that's yeah. But yes, the secondary, Jaycee Horn, Dante Jackson is in a contract year. Dante Jackson, you're going to get the best out of him. Is that going to be good enough? I don't know, but you're going to get the best out of Dante Jackson this year.
Maybe, but he's a guy who's been up and down since he's been in the league. Jaycee Horn's a rookie. AJ Bouye is several years past him being a top corner in the league. And he fell off hard. I hope maybe he bounces back a little bit from his lowest point. Yeah. But you're not deep at corner. Even though you drafted a few corners a year before, Troy Pride is still there, and Stanley Thomas Oliver. I don't know. He's got 3 names. He was a 7th round pick. But they've got questions at safety in terms of coverage. Like Jeremy Chin, I don't think can cover. But he's not a problem. Jeremy Chin is a playmaker. And I just wish that they would play him, more so as just a linebacker and not ask him to cover ever. Which maybe they do. Right? He's going to be the strong safety. Maybe he's not going to have coverage responsibility.
I think look,
the other safety is Justin Burris, and I'm not real confident in what he can do.
I think Jeremy Chin is going to get better at coverage. I don't think he is. I think he is. He's a playmaker already. I think he's one of those guys. He will work on that part of his game. I'm making this comparison, and I don't compare guys to all-time greats. I'm not saying he's going to be this guy, but I'm just talking about similarities. I see some Troy Polamalu in him, right? Troy Polamalu was not a good coverage safety when he first started out. In fact, that's the guy you wanted to target, right? Because he would bite on double moves every single time. But towards when he became Polamalu, that wasn't the case anymore. You didn't want to throw his way. Well, I'm not saying Jeremy Chin's going to be that, but I think he will work on that. I don't think he's going to be somebody you want to target.
I think Polamalu, I think that is a good comparison. Obviously, not say that he'll be as good, but I think even at his best, Polamalu still wasn't great in coverage, but he was a phenomenal playmaker. And I think the Chin can be that. So that's why I'm saying he's not a problem.
Yeah.
He's not a problem there. But Justin Burris, I'm not expecting much out of Justin Burris, honestly. And that should be okay. They on defense, obviously, they're going the route of building up that front 7, trying to have one of the better pass rushes in the league to help out the secondary. And that can work. So that's fine. But it's not going to be enough if you can't block and you have a bad quarterback. It just won't matter that much.
Yeah. Also want to talk about the linebackers. So that's another position that's kind of,
Oh my God! I thought that said Burns for a second, man. I was about to light you up. But yeah. Look, they have other guys there, obviously, but right now they're saying Chin and Burris are the starters. Yeah. So we'll see if that changes, but I don't think they have a good answer at free safety period on the team.
Yeah. So linebackers, B. How do you feel about that?
Whatever. Right. Shaq Thompson is a pretty decent player. I think he's an above average player, a good player. Denzel Perryman, he's been a talented guy. And that's kind of what everybody has been waiting for from him, but he's hurt all the time. So you can't really count on him. And honestly, and this comes from what they were saying over on Panther Nation podcast, that they think that from what they saw at the practices, Jermaine Carter, who was out of Maryland a few years ago, is getting more run with the first team than Denzel Perryman, and they think that he might actually end up being the starter. And I think that it could be just that the injuries have caught up to Denzel Perryman, and he just doesn't have that talent anymore that people kind of remember him having. Yeah. They don't have any depth at linebacker. But I don't think that off-ball linebacker is a huge deal. I don't think it's really a difference-making position unless you have like a top-tier guy there, like they used to with Kuechly. But they don't have that now, and it's fine.
They just need to play discipline.
Yeah,
right there. Sound tackling, know your gap assignments, and you'll be fine there. So
they're going to be relying on that front 7, and it's a great front 7. On paper, and I think it will be on the field as well. But they've got 3 guys on the edge who should have pretty good years in Burns, Reddick, and Gross Matos. I'm expecting a jump from him. And then on the interior, you got Derek Brown, who you drafted in the top 10, who was good as a rookie, and I would expect to spend the majority of his career, as a top 10 kind of D tackle type of player, right? He's not going to be an Aaron Donald. He's not going to be in the news every week making plays, but he's going to be a very good, solid player there. They signed Daquan Jones. They brought in Morgan Fox, who can play inside and out. So, I mean, I think they're going to be – that's the strength of their defense. That's what they're hoping for. But they're just going to struggle to get into positions where they can get a lead and kind of turn those guys loose.
Yeah. All right, so I think that wraps up everything from week 1 of training camp. We still got ways to go. We got preseason still, so we'll see how things develop. It's a mixed bag, to say the least, for Carolina. It's a mixed bag. There's some really good things. Jaycee Horn looks every bit as good as advertised. Brian Burns, I think the world is going to know about Brian Burns this year. I think this is going to be a special year for him. So, offense, it's a work in progress, man. They're going to have to figure some things out one way or another. They're going to need some help. The skill positions look good. Those wide receivers look good. Christian McCaffrey looks good. It's the quarterback and the O-line. They have to get that figured out. Yeah. So, all right, we'll figure out. We'll see moving forward how they look.